The holidays are upon us once again. A lot of people are shopping, looking for those Black Friday deals. And you know what? I'm here to just give a gift guide in general. And every year, many people, coworkers, friends, everybody kind of texts me or reaches out to me. Hey, where can I find this? Where can I find this? This is just a general gift guide. I'm going to put links to everything in the description. Many of them are affiliate links or websites where you can check these products out for yourself. I'm going to miss things. I'm going to cover well over 20 different products and mention them. These are many videos that I've done on my channel about these products, so you can go in depth for several of them and find out more information to see if this is right for the person that you're purchasing for. So back to the 2024 gift guide. Hope this helps, and let's jump in. You can go with Switch, Xbox One, SX, PlayStation 5, Steam, PC gaming, you name it. There's lots of different ways to check out your type of gaming. And I'm not here to tell you what to play and what not to. This is going to have a retro vibe to it, but really it's just for all things gaming. Let's jump in. I'm a big fan of the Switch, just because it has many physical releases, and I have some definitely picks that I prefer. You're going to have your favorites. You know, you can go with the Atari 50 Anniversary Collection. This just came out. There's a steelbook for the Switch. It's also on PlayStation 5 physical release. You know what? There's several compilations out there, and you determine what you want to play. Capcom Fighting Collection comes to mind. I've talked about this in the past. Genesis Classics. This is pretty much going away, but you might be able to get this on the secondary market pretty cheap, or Amazon. Anyways, I'll try to put a link below for these as well. All right, I talked about this last year. It's still one of my favorite, more modern releases, and that's Super Mario Brothers Wonder. You can't go wrong. This is a really fantastic Mario game, but it's got that like 2D, old school vibe to it with some modern features. Love it. Double Dragon Gaiden. This is a cool release. Talked about that on my channel a while back. You have several different compilations. You can go with the Turtles Cowabunga collection. That's pretty fantastic. Lots of different Turtles games. I know that's popular. But anyways, that's just a small example of the many things that you can get for modern platforms. Okay. But maybe you want to get an accessories. Accessories are expensive. You can go storage. You can get micro SD cards for your Switch. Those are popular. You can go with an SSD drive for your PlayStation 5, or you can go with the proprietary add-on for Xbox. But let's talk about controllers. And when it comes to like third-party controllers or controllers for retro consoles that work with both modern and retro, you got to go with Retro Fighters. Recently they came out with the Hunter, and you can go to their website. They have a ton of different controllers. I really am a fan of Retro Fighters. I think they make quality products, and you can really tell that they are passionate about gaming in general, and they make controllers that are variable for multiple different platforms. This one's for Xbox, Switch, and PC. I love that. That's pretty awesome that you can use it for multiple different consoles. They came out with the Defender. That's another great controller for PlayStation 1, 2, or 3. And then a new one is the Mantis. Check out this cool little controller for the PlayStation 4 and PC. Definitely one that I want to check out for myself. I'm a big fan of playing Steam games, and you know, I'll probably be using it for that. So awesome to see this. Retro Fighters, check them out. Link is below in the descriptions. So you may want to go with more retro hardware, and there's lots on the market. I talked about one last year, the GameStation Pro. You know what? That's still on the market. While there's some other things on the market, I think the GameStation, what's great about that is it's easy to add games. Lots of Atari games on it, and it's at sub $100 price point. I talked about the Atari 7800 Plus. I just did a video on my channel, so please check that out. Just did a video previous to this about that. You also have the 2600 Plus. To play old Atari 2600 games and Atari 7800 games. Atari is offering a wide variety of accessories, wireless controllers, even that are compatible with original stuff. Tons of 7,800 and 2,600 games. You know, Food Fight, Fatal Run, just to show you a few that I had lying around. Mr. Run and Jump, and a new version of Berserk. And so Atari, yes, Atari's making and selling consoles that play old 2600 carts if you have original stuff, or you can buy new games in box like 30 bucks. So awesome. I have lots of different opinions about the Atari VCS, and it is being clearanced out, I do believe. I don't know how long Atari's going to be supporting it, but you can get this now on their website for 100 bucks. And normally it's like 300 bucks or some crazy amount. You can even get the base model even less than $100. And 4 of my published games are on the platform. And I think Atari's done a good job keeping it alive. I'm going to be doing an upcoming video about the console. PC hybrid, you can update it, you can upgrade it, you can tinker around with it. I think you can't compare it to like the other platforms, but for something a little different, for someone that has everything, you may want to go that route. A couple other modern suggestions for retro gaming. The Analog Pocket, I have to mention that. It's 200 bucks, but man, it is pretty sweet and can play a lot of different games, and you can even modify it to play even more. You also have the Steam Deck, which even though it's a modern platform, you can run a bunch of emulators on it, and it's a fantastic way to go. I absolutely love my Steam Deck, and I think for like of all the platforms that are on the market, it's so versatile. I've played this so much more than I thought, and it gets my thumbs up. If you want to go like the old school Game Boy route, you want to go a little bit more, you can got the Chromatic. I did a video on that. It's not going to be for everybody. It plays Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, and the first edition comes bundled with a new Tetris game. If you are overseas, you got the Spectrum, and the Spectrum was a fantastic, this is from Retro Games, and this is only available in Europe. It's not available in the American market, but man, this is a cool little device, and they did a good job with this. Everything is included to get you going. You can also add new games easily via USB drive. They also sell a gamepad that matches this fantastic little device. All right, let's talk about Evercade. Evercade, I'm a big fan of Evercade, and Blaze Entertainment has a whole lineup of hardware. Now, the hardware that I recommend for on a budget is definitely the Super Pocket, and they have new ones out on the market this year. This is the Atari one. This is still available, as well as the Technos edition. These are fantastic devices that, you know, sub $60 price point. Fantastic. I really love this. They come bundled with games digitally, but then what you can do is you purchase these $20 carts. So they have all these different cartridges, over 500 different games, and well over a variety of probably like 50 plus multi-carts. So you have like the Legacy of Kain bundle. You have the Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3. Awesome. You know, you have stuff like Metal Dragon, Life on Mars. These are like Genesis aftermarket games. Play fantastic on that. And then you have like a whole arcade lineup. So you have the Data East Arcade 2, Toplin 3 and 4. You name it, and you can check out all the amazing stuff that comes out. And if you want to go the arcade route, they did release this. This is heavy. They did release this, and this is a kind of like a tabletop, a bar top arcade. I wish the screen was a little bit bigger, but if you want to go the arcade route, oh yeah, I love that clicky. They have a Capcom and a Mega Man edition of the bar top, and it plays the Evercade carts. I did a video on it, and you can check that out to see if that's up your alley. You also have this, so My Arcade, same company that did the Game Station Pro. They offer this, these like novelty items. This is like Pac-Man, you can play this. Pretty neat. And so these are fully playable, and they're a little novelty, but they have like the arcade stick connected to a small screen. I think that's fantastic. I'm a big Pac-Man fan, so definitely a shout out to My Arcade. You also have this really cool pole position one. That's pretty fantastic. And it's like a little miniature arcade. So if you don't have a lot of space, or you just want to give a gift that's sub 50 bucks, you can go this route. Now, My Arcade, they have a ton of different products. They have stuff like this. They have, you know, an Atari little handheld with just a bunch of built-in games officially licensed. Or you can go the Tetris route, okay? And so these are neat little like all-in-one where you don't have to dink around with getting extra items or anything. You can give this, charge it, play it, and you're good to go. And so this is great for someone that reminisces about Atari or grew up with Tetris. All right, let's talk about books. Okay, books. There's so many different options you can go with books. And I do have to do a shout out to the Video Game Collector's Field Guide. This is fantastic. You're looking for like the ultimate coffee table book. This goes through a visual checklist of everything. There's 4 guides. This is just A through R. And man, this is amazing. And you can go to their website. The link is below. And that's vgcollectorguide.com where you can check this out. You can also go to Hagen's Alley. And that's a friend of mine. Hagen's Alley also has a series of books. And you can check out the new Genesis and Mega Drive, in which I have a story that I talk about how I got my Sega Genesis. But they support the Video Game Field Guide, Video Game Collector's Field Guide. They work in conjunction, and it's just absolutely fantastic. So this gets my thumbs up. It's an amazing book, but you can check out those others. A couple other mentions. Brett Weiss is a friend of mine. You can go to Brett Weiss, his website, where you can check out the many collector guides that he does as well. All right, Phoenix 4 is another mention from my good friend Leonard Herman, The History of the Video Game Industry. It's on Amazon, and the link is below for that. It's absolutely fantastic. If you want the history guide, it's a nice combination with this, which is a great visual guide of different consoles, video game checklists. These books have a ton in them, and it's nice to see that. Anyways, thumbs up for me. Or if you want to go the magazine route, I'm friends with the Old School Gamer magazine, and this is great. If you just want to know what's going on in the retro gaming scene and around the world, they do interviews. They talk about different game consoles. I've written a few articles for them. Old School Gamer is pretty fantastic, and it's been around a while. This is on issue 43. And you know what? Video game magazine subscriptions are kind of few and far between now. It's really cool that Old School Gamer magazine is alive and kicking and carrying that torch and continuing a retro magazine. Well, I definitely have to mention there's several people that publish independent video games, such as myself. And you're going to find your favorite influencer or YouTuber or company. Atari Age, you got Mega Cat Studios. You also have John Riggs. Got to mention him. But I publish my own independent video games. I sell them on itch.io. You can go the digital route. Or you can contact me directly. I'll put my email below. And I do sell a small limited quantities of these. Typically I have them for a convention. I do have a little bit left over. And I'm okay with selling to fans. I have 4 Atari 2600 games, Game Panic, Catacombs of Chaos. I've done videos on these. They're also on the Atari VCS, Game Panic 3, and Retro Game Quest. And so these are fantastic games. I sell them loose as well. But wait, there's more. This is a game Tortoises. This was a Nintendo game that I published long ago and converted it to Game Boy Advance. Have a new NES version coming. Hopefully I'll have some information about that this next year. I also have many versions of Block'em Sock'em. I have the Super Nintendo version, Sega Genesis version. These are all NTSC, by the way. And Intellivision, I have a few copies left of my Intellivision Block'em Sock'em with IntelliVoice, and this is colorblind friendly, this version. And then finally, I have a few copies of this. Eventually Atari Age will be publishing it, and that's Block'em Sock'em for the 7800. This is the amazing version and has lots of extra bells and whistles in it. So that's a long list. The other thing to mention, you can go close and go, if you want to celebrate the gamer and your family or loved one, you can go close. It doesn't have to be just games. I got this shirt at Temu, purchased it. It's kind of Rogue One themed if you're curious. Anyway, it's pretty cheap. The other thing, I'm kind of picky on hats, and I love Atari's hats typically. Gone that route with several of them and excited about seeing what other hats come out. I'm a big hat fan, and I play baseball, so I have a particular preference when I get a ball cap, but I'm a big hat fan and would love to collaborate with someone on making a design for a hat. Anyways, thank you so much. Retro Gamer Game Gift Guide 2024. Thank you so much for viewing this video. If you like what you see, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell as I'm uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.